Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That's why we're here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of biology, what is in the world of the body, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we are here for you on The Bright Side. We welcome your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If we let you on hold yesterday or the day before or previously, give us a call back and tell our call screener you were left on hold, and we'll get you first up. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have a success story you'd like to share or contribute to the conversation, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, the longevity products, skincare formulations, we want to hear from you. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear advertised on the program or recommended, 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 is the number for the Bright Side Ben phone team. They know all about the products. They know all about the longevity business. If you want to start yourself a longevity business for a one-time $10 fee, you can get your products at the wholesale price, earn thank you checks, help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program as well. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Bright Side Ben phone team. You can also head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and take a look at our shopping cart, or you can check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does such a fine job at pharmacistben.com. Okay, thanks for joining us once again on The Bright Side. We're talking about the staff of life, wheat. Wheat is the staff of life as opposed to the stuff of life. Wheat is the staff of life. Corn is the stuff of life. Do you have any idea how much stuff comes from corn? Corn is way, way, way more than a food substance. Spark plugs are made from corn, varnish, drywall, shampoo, toothpaste, diapers, reusable or not reusable, disposable diapers, supplements, medication, golf tees. Corn is in makeup, medicine. Nutritional supplements are made with corn and cornstarch. Pretty much anything you eat, especially processed food, is made from at least a little bit of corn. So much stuff comes from corn. And by the way, corn is a source of gluten, actually its own type of gluten. And you're going to start hearing about this more and more. Corn gluten and corn allergies. So a lot of folks think that they can eat corn instead of wheat. Not necessarily so. And corn is a much more devious grain than wheat because it's sweet. It's sugary. All grains are going to have some sugar content, but corn is especially sweet. That's why we get high fructose corn syrup from corn. There's no high fructose wheat syrup. There's no high fructose rye syrup. Although all grains are going to have some sugar, nothing has the same degree of sweetness as corn. In any case, we've been beating up on grains now I've been beating up on grains for decades, really, since I first heard about the problems with grains in pharmacy school back in the 80s. But there's actually good things in grains. The problem is the good things in grains are locked up. They're dormant. Grains are seeds, and seeds are a sleeping life force. Grains are like a miniature atomic bomb of nutrition. The atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and on Nagasaki in Japan in the 1940s, it weighed about a ton, but it could create the equivalent of many, many thousands of tons of explosive power. That's because all of the energy was trapped. It was locked up. And then, once that energy got released, boom, it created a massive explosion. Well, a seed is much the same way. A seed is like a miniature atomic bomb. A seed is a highly potent little packet of energy stored in a very, very tight place. And all of this energy in a seed is required to keep the seed, via chemistry, sleeping, dormant, locked up. Specifically, the seed has something in it called anti-nutrients. These anti-nutrients lock up all the energy, they lock up all the nutrition in various chemical bonds, they inhibit the production and the activity of proteins. And then when we eat those seeds, our proteins and our enzymes get inhibited, our nutrients get locked up. This is the problem with eating seeds, and this is the problem with eating grains. Maybe remember your mom told you when you were a kid not to eat your apple seeds or not to eat the pits from pears. Seeds have lots of toxins in them, what we call toxins. Seed doesn't call them toxins. The seed calls them anti-nutrients or energy suppressors or inhibitors. This is what makes seeds so problematic. Seeds also contain defensive chemicals. That's what gluten is. Gluten is a defensive chemical that punishes anybody or any animal that would be intrepid enough to eat it. Gluten is one of those defense chemicals, but there's lots of defense chemicals. We hear all about gluten intolerance and gluten-free, and there's no gluten in my brownies, there's no gluten in my beer, there's no gluten in my pizza. But there's lots of other things in grains that are a problem. There's lots of other things in seeds that are problems. Some of these compounds thin the blood. This is one of the ways that plants protect themselves. They thin the blood of any animals that would eat them, or eat the seeds especially. And once the blood is thinned, gastric bleeding or any kind of bleeding is more likely. The animal dies, and there's one less enemy for the plant to have to deal with. Other plant defense chemicals clot the blood. Other plant defense chemicals act as birth control. That's what phytoestrogens are. They're birth control for the enemies, for the rabbits that would eat the carrots, or for the squirrels that would eat the seeds. You know the gluten that's found in corn is actually being used as weed killer? What do you think that's about? It's the corn gluten plant defense that's being taken advantage of. The plant defense gluten kills weeds. The weeds would ordinarily suffocate the corn. The corn makes gluten to kill the weeds. No weeds, the corn can grow. Everything on the planet is eating everything else. Everything on the planet is killing everything else, including the plants. It's a jungle out there. In the case of plants, it's literally a jungle out there. Now, of course, there are good things in grains. There's absolutely good things in grains, especially fats. Wonderful essential fatty acids and wonderful vitamin E. Hard to find vitamin E is found in grains. This is or in seeds and grains for that matter. The B complex and zinc and magnesium and protein. Wonderful compounds found in grains. But that doesn't mean that grains are good foods. There's lots of wonderful nutritional compounds found in seeds, but that doesn't mean that seeds are overall good foods because of all these protein inhibitors. They call them protease inhibitors because they inhibit enzymes and phytic acid and other compounds that lock up the nutrients. So, yes, there's great things in grains and great things in seeds, and that's why you'll read on the food pyramid information, or you'll read on the internet, or you read your dietitian will tell you, or your nutritionist will tell you, make sure you're eating lots of grains and eating lots of seeds, because they're thinking, well, there's good things in grains and seeds, and there are. But that doesn't mean that overall they're good foods. If you really want to get the benefits of grains and seeds, we'll call them grains/seeds because they're the same thing. If you really want to get the benefits of these things, sprout them, which is basically just putting them in a damp space and in a dark space. Well, a dark space. Well, grains are problem foods. Sprouts are power foods. By sprouting a grain or sprouting a seed, you turn it from a problematic food into a powerful and potent food. All because a little water, a little dampness, and some dark space, and then maybe some sunlight after that, awakens the seed. It awakens the life force. The life force then explodes, just like that atomic bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. A little water, a little sunlight, some dark space. All of that explodes the energy. And all of that energy is now available. And that's why sprouts are amazingly important food, especially if you add a little oil and a little salt to your sprouts. And man, is that delicious. Hang tight. We'll finish up when we come back from our break and take your phone calls as well.
I had tried everything. I'd cut back the amount of food I was eating. I was lifting weights and jogging, but nothing was working. My body was literally starving for minerals and trace elements as well as key vitamins. And as soon as I had that, I immediately could eat half of what I was eating previously and be satisfied. Now, there are hundreds of great products at InfoWarsTeam.com, but I want to point out the 3 that have helped me lose 37 pounds in just 2 months. Products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. When I started taking the Tangy Tangerine and other products every day, I lost more than 37 pounds in just 2 months. Now that's results. I want to challenge my listeners to go to InfoWarsTeam.com and to order just 3 of their products, and you will see the changes in the way you look, feel, and in your appetite almost immediately. Start your journey to health and wellness today. InfoWarsTeam.com.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Yeah?
Do you want to see me, sir?
Well, I did, but now that I do, I'm not so sure.
Sir?
Johnson, I got a mission for you that could change your life.
Oh, good, sir.
It involves traveling halfway around the world without so much as half a clue of where you're going or what you're going to do when you get there.
Situation normal, sir?
Well, I'll be leading this mission, Johnson, so I'll be telling you what to do.
You, sir?
That's right, Johnson, and I say first things first.
Oh, good plan, sir.
And what I say is first is food. Always remember that, Johnson. Food is a big deal.
Sir, my brother-in-law can give us a really good deal on some surplus MREs.
Johnson, if you've got half a brain and that empty head of yours, you'll call the freeze-dry guy like I did. That food is better for you, it rehydrates faster, and it's good, Johnson. And it keeps for up to 30 years.
Will we be gone that long, sir?
I hope not. Now get your supplies organized and meet me down to the pier at dawn on Sunday. We sail at sunrise.
Yes, sir.
This adventure is brought to you by the Freeze-Dry Guy. Call 866-404-3663 or visit freezedryguy.com.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE. 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
We are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get your calls here momentarily. We're continuing a little discussion on grains and anxiety. finish this up here today or tomorrow, and then we'll talk a little bit about probiotics and good bacteria and anxiety. Then we'll talk about nitrogen, back to nitric oxide, the all-important gas hormone that's involved with all kinds of degenerative and inflammatory health conditions. You don't hear a lot about nitric oxide, but rest assured, nitric oxide deficiencies in nitric oxide, which you can alleviate by using plants and vegetables and nitrogen compounds. We'll talk about all that here in the next few days. Rest assured, nitric oxide is involved in a lot of health issues, and there's a lot you can do. Nitric oxide deficiency, I should say, or nitric oxide is involved in a lot of health challenges, and there's a lot you could do to stabilize and increase your nitric oxide levels, and we'll talk about that here over the next few days. Okay, so lots of good stuff in seeds, lots of good stuff in grains, but you got to release them. You release them by putting water on them. That sprouts them. A little bit of put water on your seeds, or put your seeds on maybe a damp cloth, allow them to sprout, get them into a little bit of sun, and as the sprouts grow from the seeds, they become filled with the life force, and they're really, really powerful foods. Seeds are suppressant foods. Grains are suppressant foods, but once they're sprouted, they become active and powerful foods. Seeds go from sleeping or comatose and dormant into live and dynamic, and that makes them super, super energetic and nutritional, especially if you add oil and especially if you add salt. The oil and the salt amplify the electrical energy, and you can taste it. Not only can you taste it in terms of how delicious it is, man, I'm telling you, if you don't like salads or vegetables or sprouts and you mix a little oil and then salt or even your favorite spices on those sprouts or on those vegetables, you amplify the flavor and you amplify the nutritional value. Try it. If you're fasting or you want to cut calories, you don't want to eat as much, use sprouts and some good oil, coconut oil, butter, or some nutritional oil like Udo's blend oil, and then put Celtic sea salt, lots of Celtic sea salt on the sprouts with the oil. And not only will you amplify the flavor and make it taste absolutely delicious, but you'll find that it's very filling, very satisfying, and very energizing. And you can indulge in the wonderful, delicious flavors of the sprouts and the oil and the salt and the spices. You can indulge in it as much as you want. You don't have to worry about limiting your intake, or you don't have to feel guilty. You're getting all kinds of B vitamins and potassium and magnesium and wonderful starches and good fats. By the way, sprouts are a wonderful source of essential fatty acids. Grass is a great source of essential fatty acids. All living things are going to have essential fatty acids in them. Seeds, sprouts, fish, EFAs, or rich in EFAs, milk, eggs. Living live foods contain lots of these good fats in addition to lots of electrical nutrients. In any case, mix some oil and salt on your sprouts, and not only will it be wonderfully nutritious, but it'll be also amazingly delicious. You can make a sprout sandwich. That tastes really good. Put some sprouts, just without anything else, just sprouts and oil and salt on a piece of pita bread. Delicious. If you look at the U.S. government's food pyramid, it's now being called a food plate, by the way. Experts recommend that we do 3 ounces of whole grains a day, and they're very careful to distinguish between whole and refined grains. I consider that to be kind of baloney. There's a lot of problems with the idea of whole grains. First of all grains are refined. You wouldn't eat a whole grain. All grains have to be refined because the outer portion of a grain isn't so tasty. And the nutrients are completely inaccessible unless that grain is processed. That's what milling is. That's what grinding is. That's what prehistoric people did. They would grind their seeds to release the sugar. It made made the grains more tasty. It released the sugars. It released some of the nutritional value. You wouldn't get a lot of nutritional value if you just ate a grain and you didn't crush it up. It would just pass right through you. But that means that now the nutrients are exposed to oxygen, the nutrients are exposed to light. Once you expose those nutrients, they break down. And that doesn't include all the other problems with the anti-nutrients. So processing doesn't release the anti-nutrients. You still get the anti-nutrients, but it exposes the nutrients that are left to the sun and to light and to oxygen, and reduces the nutritional value. And by the way, one of the big problems associated with grains is vitamin D. You know, cultures that eat lots of grains tend to suffer from vitamin D deficiency, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the grains are interfering with the ability of the intestine to absorb vitamin D. Numerous studies that were done on animals show that the more cereal grain that an animal eats, including human animals, The more cereal grains humans or animals eat, the more vitamin D deficiency is common. Vitamin D deficiency in primates and in humans is increased with the amount of grains that they eat. And vitamin D excretion, elimination of vitamin D, is increased the more grains animals and humans eat. And most people know these days that vitamin D deficiency is very common, especially during the winter months. Another problem with the idea of whole grains is the fact that whole grains are not standardized. There's really no definition of a whole grain. Nobody really knows what a whole grain is. Just because something says whole grains or made with whole grains or contains whole grains on the label copy of your bread or your cereal or your pasta doesn't really mean that it's a whole grain, that it's all whole grain. It could be a little smattering of whole grain, and it doesn't mean that the grain is really whole. It just means the proportions of all of the compounds in the grain or in the product in the relatively accurate amount. So whole grain just refers to the fact that the proportions of the starch and the proportions of the bran and the proportions of the germ are similar to the proportions that would be in a whole grain. That doesn't necessarily mean that the grain is whole. So you get this idea that we're eating a whole grain, we're eating the intact product, the intact seed, the intact grain. That's not the case. And really, the main reason why we eat grains and why we love grains and why we love our bread and why we love our pasta and why we love our cereal is because of the sugar. And that's even if you don't put sugar on your cereal. This whole sugar thing is really problematic, especially when it comes to children. Hypoglycemia, hyperglycemia really mess up a developing brain. Hypoglycemia, high blood sugar, low blood sugar, hyperglycemia, high blood sugar can cause mood disorders, emotional disorders, angry outbursts, learning disabilities. If your child is eating lots of grains, lots of cereal, or if you're eating lots of grains, lots of cereal, it's important that you start to use electrical nutrients that are important for the brain. Especially the B complex and especially electrolytes. The more sugar you eat, the more bread you eat, the more cereal you eat, the more pasta you eat, the more whole grains you eat, the more B vitamins you need. If you are going to indulge in grains, make sure you're using your Beyond Tangy Tangerine with it to get those B complex nutrients to help you stabilize the sugar. Same if you have a kid who has a attention deficit disorder or who has emotional problems or dyslexia or learning disabilities. Make sure they're using the B complex after they eat their bread and their cereal and their pasta, let alone their Pop-Tarts and their pastries and their desserts and their fruit juice. The B vitamins and electrolytes and minerals, especially selenium and chromium and vanadium, they go hand in hand with sugar and sugar metabolism. And sometimes I wonder if our epidemic of diabetes is really a B vitamin and electrolyte and mineral deficiency epidemic. Then we come to probiotics. All important. My friend Bruce sent me I think it was a Facebook post yesterday. He wanted to know if I could talk about probiotics. And I will indeed talk about probiotics. I've been talking about probiotics since I got fired from Kmart back in the 1980s for telling people to use probiotics with their antibiotics. Can you believe that? I got fired as a pharmacist. I'll never forget what Mr. Ozier told me as he was firing me. He said, Ben, you're just not cut out to be Kmart material. Literally, he said that to me. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll continue talking about probiotics and grains and all kinds of good stuff. And take your phone calls when we come back from our break. Don't go away.
Worried about getting sick and feeling terrible for days or even weeks? You need Immudyne for a healthy immune system. Why get sick and bother with products that just don't work? For just $1 a day, Immudyne is all natural and safe for all lifestyles. Call 866-257-8668 to buy now before it's too late, before you get sick. Or go to IMMUDYNE.com, Immudyne.com, or call 866-257-8668.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce Customer Relationship Software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. So many other formulations out there contain toxic ingredients, synthetic additives, and even GMOs. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure Ancient Defense for you and your family. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Jason! Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at GCNlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at GCNlive.com. Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time. 5 days a week and 24/7 on our website, brightsideben.com. Got an archive page with all the programs. Got almost 5 years or 4.5 years worth of Brightside archive programs. We covered all kinds of health information, nutritional information, physiological and anatomical information about the body since 2010. It's all up at brightsideben.com. Got a shopping cart up there as well that you can check out if you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products you hear us talk about or recommend, including my personal favorite longevity product, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Got the Biolumin Nightly Essence and the Beyond Organic, Jordan Rubin Beyond Organic products are all up at brightsideben.com. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. If you have questions, that's 866-735-2470. Don't you feel the power of these ideas as you listen to the Bright Side? Don't you feel the power of getting on a good nutritional supplement program? Don't you want to participate in a good nutritional supplement program as you hear the people talking about the benefits they get, callers talk about the benefits they get from the nutritional products, the longevity nutritional products, and some of these ideas that we talk about here on the Bright Side? Don't you prefer to be healthy than to be sick? Don't you prefer to be nutritionally competent and having all the nutrients that you need than to be walking around tired and feeling like crap and dealing with doctors and prescription drugs and insurance companies? Don't you want to participate in a good nutritional supplement program? This is what we're offering you here on the Bright Side, and this is what Longevity is offering you in addition to being able to start a business and make some money and enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business. And, man, is it fun to be an entrepreneur as well. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Brightside Men phone team. They can tell you all about it. Our number today, 844-236-6010. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about anxiety issues and probiotics and gut health and anxiety issues, and then we'll finish up with nitrogen, nitrates, nitric oxide, as we continue talking about the importance of protein and arginine and amino acids on the Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Kansas and welcome Debbie. What's going on, Debbie? Good morning.
Hi. What do you suggest to do for diarrhea?
Lots of things. Is it chronic or is it acute? Is it a child? Is it an adult? What are we dealing with here?
It's an adult, it's me, and it's been going on for a couple months.
Okay, something's getting into your system that your system doesn't like. Diarrhea is one of the ways that the body eliminates things. It's a sign that the body's trying to dump something out. Prescription drugs can do it, caffeine can do it, incomplete digestion of minerals can do it, as minerals pass through your digestive. Sometimes people, when they use mineral supplements or the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, will experience loose stools. That's a sign of malabsorption. Typically, it means something is in the system that the system's trying to eliminate, or something's not getting absorbed correctly. So let me ask you a couple of questions, okay? You got to look, and I don't know if you've been listening to this program, but one of the most important things to do when you're assessing a health condition is to look for multiple symptoms. I call it triangulation. So you want to have multiple symptoms so you can form a picture of what's happening in the body. Loose stools are just one thing. So let's kind of probe and figure out anything else going on. Do you have any weight issues? Anything else change? Or any other digestive problems? What else is happening in your body? Nobody just has loose stools. Nobody just has diarrhea. There's other things happening.
Right.
So what else? Give me some other ideas. What's going on?
Well, I was having I have osteoporosis of the skull.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking. That's a sign that you're not absorbing minerals.
Right.
All right. That's a sign that you're. Well, let me finish here. Let me just show you how we work, and I'll let you talk too. But let me just show you how I work here. Okay. So this is a very important symptom. If you just said I had loose stools and diarrhea, I wouldn't know what to do. And if I was like some quack nutritionist or doctor, I'd just tell you to take this or take that. But now we're starting to figure out what's going on in the body. Osteoporosis means that you're not absorbing minerals, that somehow there's a mineral deficiency, and non-absorption or malabsorption of minerals means that there's something going on, for example, with the stomach. Maybe you're not making enough stomach acid, maybe with the pancreas, maybe with the intestine. So let's probe a little bit more. How old are you, ma'am?
60.
Approximately?
60.
Okay, so have you had a history of digestive issues? Do you have gluten intolerance? Do you have any problems with bread or with starchy foods? Do you have any particular food problems, dairy problems? Do you know?
Not that I know of. Not
that you know of. That's a great answer. That's much better than no. Not that I know of means you got to start probing a little bit. Okay, how's your height to weight?
I'm about 5'5", and I weigh about 120.
Okay, that's not too shabby. Are you working out? Are you exercising, or you're just naturally thin?
I do a lot of walking.
Okay. Are you on a supplement program?
I'm on the 90 for Life.
90 for Life, okay.
Yeah.
What happens when you do the Beyond Tangy Tangerine? Do you do it all at once, or do you sip on it?
I sip on it all day, and it has to do with that because I was taking just 1 scoop a day, and then when I brought it up to 2 scoops,
That's when it started.
Yeah.
All right, now we're talking. Here's what you need to do, okay? It sounds to me like you got some malabsorption issues. You got to start to acidify. The first problem with malabsorption is going to be acidification, acid in the stomach. It's very common that as we get older, we don't produce enough stomach acid, and that's probably at least partially what's going on with you. So let's get you some stomach acid supplements. If you're not using the Ultimate Enzyme, start using them. Take your Beyond Tangy Tangerine and any mineral supplements with meals, and also use the Ultimate Enzymes with them, and then take a couple of swigs or maybe a tablespoon or 2 of apple cider vinegar after that, okay?
Okay.
With your Ultimate Enzymes. Make sure you're using the Biolumin Nightly Essence, and it'll probably be a good idea for you to use the Fuchs, the 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. On the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning and 3 capsules at night as well. With your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, you want to start, instead of doing 2 scoops, and I don't know if you said you're sipping on it all day long. Did I hear you say that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Continue sipping on that all day long, but make sure that when you're doing your nutritional supplements, the Healthy Start Pack and your Biolumin Nightly Essence, you're doing it with food and you're doing it with the Ultimate Enzymes and apple cider vinegar. You may also want to try something called Pepsin, Pepsin HCl, Pepsin HCl. And how's the skin, by the way? You notice anything with your skin? Dry
no.
or spotty or hyperpigmentation, dark spots or anything?
There's a couple of dark spots.
Okay, well then nothing significant?
No.
Okay, so continue using the Healthy Start Pack and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, sipping on it, but throw in the Ultimate Enzymes with some apple cider vinegar, with the Biolumin Nightly Essence and the Fucoid Z, and you might want to try some Pepsin HCl, Pepsin, Pepsin HCl to acidify the stomach. That's what I'd be considering. If you have anything else going on in the digestive tract, then you may have some intestinal problems, but I'm going to assume that you don't at this point. Okay? Thank you so much, Debbie. God bless you. Okay, let's go to Jenny in Georgia. Welcome to the bright side, Jenny. Jenny,
Hello.
going one. Hey, Jenny, what's up?
Hey, I was calling to ask about a recommendation for probiotics.
Like a brand?
Yeah.
Best one going is the Biolumin Nightly Essence. Not only are you going to get a wide range of probiotics, you're going to get a diverse spectrum, 10 or 12 sources of bacteria, strains of bacteria, but you'll also get digestive enzymes with the Biolumin Nightly Essence. That's why that's my favorite probiotic supplement. But Jenny, here's the thing about probiotics. You got to experiment because all the brands are going to be a little bit different and all the quantities are going to have a different effect. So sometimes people will notice benefits from 50 billion units a day. Other people are going to require 100 billion units a day. And you're going to have to experiment with that, and you're going to also have to experiment with the brands. But the first thing I would do is the Biolumin Nightly Essence because you get enzymes, and some really important enzymes with the Biolumin Nightly Essence. And there's one more thing you could do, Jenny. Hang on, and I'll tell you about this when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this.
The national crisis is here, and most people are not ready. If you could not leave home, how well would you fare? We've been told for years to have a supply of food stored, but the reasons may be different than you think. Infectious disease, domestic terrorism, and government regulations can and will prevent you from going to the store. If you've ever considered getting a supply of food, now is the time. Call Go Foods at 1-800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy at 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Gemstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Gemstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. Blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Worried about getting sick and feeling terrible for days or even weeks? You need Immudyne for a healthy immune system. Why get sick and bother with products that just don't work? For just $1 a day, Immudyne is all natural and safe for all lifestyles. Call 866-257-8668 to buy now before it's too late, before you get sick. Or go to IMMUDYNE.com, Immudyne.com, or call 866-257-8668.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey guy.
Headlines, suspensions, FCC investigations. That's Mancow for you. Hear him here. GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side talking to Jenny in Georgia. Jenny. What's up, Jenny? You there?
I am.
All right, probiotics. Couple things. First of all, you got all the brands are going to be a little bit different. So if you haven't found success with one brand, try another. I would start with the Biolumin Nightly Essence. I like it the best, and I've gotten the best results with it, but you're going to have to experiment a little bit. You're also going to have to experiment with the dose. I call this functional dosing. And functional dosing is when you start off with a dose, say, just for example, say 10 billion units a day, and then you see how you feel. You say, oh, okay, I didn't really notice too much. I'm going to try 20 billion units a day. Then you do 20 billion. You say, wow, I feel a little different. I feel a little better. Maybe I'll try 30. And then you say 30. You say, wow, now I feel great. And then you go to 50. And then we say, well, I didn't notice too much of a difference. So you're back down to 40, and you see how you do. You follow what I'm saying? You keep going, working your way up until you find a point where you have diminishing returns. And then you keep going until you don't notice a difference, and then you stay at that point. I call that functional dosing. So with probiotics, you got to do the functional dosing. You got to play around with the brands. It's a little bit of an experimentation process. Second thing about probiotics that's important is there's something called prebiotics. Have you heard of this term, prebiotics?
I have, yeah.
Okay, good. So prebiotics support the health of the bacteria. They're not the bacteria themselves, but they're nutrients for the bacteria, or they are substances that can support the environment that the bacteria live in. So, for example, whey protein is stupendous, not because it has bacteria in it, but because it supports the environment of the bacteria. It makes the intestines more hospitable to bacteria. So whey protein. You're allergic to whey.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a problem. That sometimes is a problem, and that's unfortunate because that's one of the neat benefits of dairy is that it does contain these prebiotic-like substances. Fiber is also.
I have made fermented veggies.
Well, fermented, I was about to say, fermented foods are a great source of not only probiotics, but also prebiotics. The fiber in the veggies helps support the health and the integrity of the microbiome, the gut bacteria. So in addition to the probiotics, which you're going to dose functionally, starting off with the Biolumin Nightly Essence, you want to make sure you're getting lots of fiber. You can grind up your fiber. You can do what you're doing, which is very smart. Yeah, fermented veggies. And by the way, it's not just sauerkraut, fermented beets, fermented cucumbers, fermented peppers, anything fermented can help you. And then also, it's unfortunate you can't do the whey, but you may want to try something like fermented whey. I don't know if you've tried the Swear V products from Jordan Rubin's line, Beyond Organics Swear V. That's fermented whey, and sometimes if you can't do whey, you can do fermented whey, and of course then you'll get some additional bacteria as well. Okay, hope that helps you, Jenny. Anything else?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, God bless. Have a beautiful day. All right, let's talk let's go to Brenda in California. Welcome, Brenda. What's up?
Right on. Hey, Ben, thank you so much for your help and the good work you do.
Thank you. What's cooking? How can we help you today?
Well, okay, low thyroid on Synthroid and Cytomel, and I'm working on my gut health because I listen to you.
Good for you. How about blood sugar? That's the next step.
Hey, let's talk about, okay, because although the doctors will tell me, hey, your thyroid is now on this correct dose, I live in my body. What I know is
you're so smart, Brenda.
I take 3 hot baths a day.
You're so smart, Brenda. This diagnostic testing serves nobody but the diagnostic testers. We have a word for that. We call it a nostrum. A nostrum is when the guy who recommends the product to you, who tells you you need the drug, or the company tells you need the drug, is the same company that's making the drug. The company that tells you you need the test is the same company that's making the test. And that's why I'm always careful here on this program not to be brand specific unless I personally have experience with that brand. I think that brand is going to help you. It's really about the test. It's really about the concept, the idea. When it comes to testing, testing only serves testers. Because nobody's a normal person. Do you know testing, and you probably heard me say this, Brenda, but for new listeners, testing is based on a bell curve. It's based on reference values. It's based on normal. Well, guess what, Brenda? You're not normal, and I'm not normal, and nobody's normal, and there's no such thing as normal. Normal's an illusion, a statistical illusion. You know the 3 kinds of lies, Brenda? Do you ever hear the 3 kinds of lies?
Tell me.
The 3 kinds of lies. There's lies, there's damn lies, and statistics. Those are the 3 kinds of lies. So when you want to lie, you use statistics. And that's what a bell curve is, and that's what these testing services do. So you go by your body, so you're very smart to do that.
I want to thank you for that, because what happens is you go to your doctor, he tells you your labs look right. Now, next thing he wants to do is prescribe antidepressants.
How dare he? How dare he call himself a medical professional? Testing and diagnostics are for people who have no intuition or don't understand how the body works. If you have intuition about how the body works, if you understand how the body works and you have intuition about this whole structure, this is what the triangle of disease is, you don't need testing. So, Brenda, number 1, keep up the good work with your digestive system. Make sure you're using probiotics. Number 2, focus on blood sugar. These are the 2 main points of disease before you get to thyroid problems. That means stabilize the blood sugar with more protein. Number 1, this is how you stabilize blood sugar. Everybody out there, listen up. This is how you stabilize blood sugar. Number 1, you eat more protein, and that allows you to wean yourself off the fast-burning sugars. Number 2, you make sure you're getting enough good quality fat from coconut oil and butter and essential fatty acids. And number 3, you make sure you're getting your sugar metabolizing micronutrients, and that's especially the B vitamins, and especially vitamin B1 and B3, but all the B vitamins, and then chromium, the minerals, chromium and vanadium, especially magnesium can also be important, as can selenium, and then vitamin C is also important for helping stabilize the blood sugar, and then perhaps also not quite as significant as the B complex and vitamin C, the amino acids taurine, Taurine, maybe 100 to 500, even up to 600 or 700 milligrams a day, and then arginine. So you got B complex, vitamin C, chromium, vanadium, magnesium, selenium, arginine, taurine, if you want to throw a couple of things in there, the electrolytes, potassium, calcium, sodium, etc. All of the electrolytes can help you metabolizing blood sugar. Interestingly, the more water we drink, the more we lose our sugar metabolizing nutrients. So if you're drinking lots of water, it becomes extra important that you use your electrolytes, your B complex, and your vitamin C. Does that help you, Brenda?
Yeah, it sure does, and I'd like a recommendation for if I'm still working on. I'm a bit of an unabsorber, and
okay.
Eat clean, eat protein, but it does you no good if you're not absorbing it.
You got it, Brenda. You should be on my show. You should be doing the show with me. It's exactly right. So what you do if you have malabsorption issues, number 1, always take your food with digestive enzymes and apple cider vinegar. Number 2, make sure it helps to grind up your foods. Make sure you're doing lots of smoothies, soups, foods that are pre-digested essentially, liquefied foods. And then number 3, do smaller portions. Try to give your body a chance to absorb. And also chewing your food. Something as simple as chewing your food can take the load off your pancreas and the load off of your improve the ability of food to get absorbed and digested through the intestines and through the stomach. So just simply something as simple as chewing your food. And for diabetics, chewing your food can reduce the load on the pancreas and help improve insulin and pancreatic health as well. Something as simple as that. Chewing, grinding, making soups and smoothies, and then using digestive enzymes as well as apple cider vinegar. If you have fat malabsorption problems, you got to throw in some bile, B-I-L-E, bile salts as well. I want to move on, Brenda. Did I help you? Anything else? Anything else you want to ask me?
So awesome. And just in wrapping that up, Ben, so the chills and the blood sugar, is that just because your body isn't getting what it needs?
Did you say chills?
Yeah, chills, like cold sensitivity.
Yeah, cold sensitivity is because of the thyroid. You got the low thyroid functioning and things are slowing down. The thyroid is your metabolic gland. It helps keep your chemistry moving at the appropriate speed. Low thyroid, low circulation, low chemistry, you're going to be cold, especially fingers and toes. Are you cold in the hands and feet and fingers and toes? Yeah, that's classic sign of the thyroid. Also get on a rebounder and start moving up and down, moving your body around. There you go. Sounds like you got it going on. Thanks, Brenda.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Have a great day. All right, let's move on to Eric in Nebraska. What's going on, Eric? How you doing?
Hi, Ben. I appreciate your information you're giving to us these days.
Sure. Thank you so much. What's up?
Yeah, my question was about running. I'm getting into running, and you hear about people dying of sudden heart attacks. And what should I be taking as far as supplements or food?
Lots of things. Are you doing like marathon, triathlete type running, or sprinting, or what kind of running are you doing? And what are you doing for exercise, or fun, or competition, or?
Marathon competition.
Okay. So that's a major stress on the body. Major stress on the body. So what you got to do is you got to make absolutely sure you're using, number 1, anti-inflammatory nutrients, and number 2, you're not doing anything that provokes inflammation, because the running is already going to provoke inflammation. So if you have digestive issues, you got to correct those, and same with blood sugar or thyroid issues. That's first of all. You got to be overall healthy, because you're putting a major burden on the body. When you're done with your run, that's when you want to make sure you're pounding yourself with protein and antioxidant nutrients, muscle building nutrients, and anti-inflammatory nutrients. When you come home from the run, even during the run, something like the B complex and vitamin C, sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, that's got the B complex and vitamin C as you're running. But definitely when you come home from the run, you want to make sure B complex, vitamin C, vitamin E is tremendously anti-inflammatory, as is alpha lipoic acid. All athletes should be using, especially ones who are working hard, vitamin E and alpha lipoic acid. You probably want to do some protein and maybe even some creatine and arginine when you come back from your run. Hey, Eric, I'm out of time, but there's tons of other good stuff that you could do. Either shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com, or you can call back tomorrow, and we'll get you first up so we can share all the information with other folks who may benefit. Thanks for your call, brother. Appreciate it. And if we left you on hold, I apologize. Call back tomorrow. Tell our call screener that you were on hold when we ended up the program. We'll get you first up. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, spectacular, awesome day. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now. All right, talk to you tomorrow.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson on placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Are you hungry for delicious, nutritious, rich, and satisfying home-cooked meals? Discover the Vita Clay 4-in-1 Smart Organic Cooker. Unglazed Zisha Clay, an ancient secret that makes this fast multi-cooker so special. Infusing your food with incredible flavors, perfect texture, vitamins, and minerals for your good health. It's a slow cooker, rice cooker, a steamer, plus a yogurt maker. Go to VitaClayChef.com and enter promo code RADIO20 for 20% off at checkout. That's VitaClayChef.com.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610, or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610.